Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul to soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul. Hello, wild ones. Yes, we're back together again for another weekly live transmission. This one I am truly proud of, and I'm also so excited to share this topic with you today because we're all healers in some way. We all have a medicine to share. And what I know about the people that resonate with me the most is that they are on a spiritual path which is not immune to healing. Oftentimes, the spiritual path is a healing path. And whether you are a healer, you're a mentor, or a guide, you yourself will go through ebbs and flows, ups and downs, just like all of humanity. No one is completely living life in a bubble. And so I know that you want to be able to have a business that not only runs while you are taking care of yourself in a phase of rest, maybe in a phase of motherhood, maybe in a phase of vacation. Maybe you're in a vacation phase. There are seasons in your business. And if one season is healing, you don't just want to have your business running, you want to have your business thriving. So today's topic is around the $54,000 launch I just had while in a phase of healing, another phase of healing. So let me know if you've ever come across a moment in your life where you're like, oh, something is coming up for you and it's big. And you know that you're going to have to take care of yourself in deep ways during this time. And you know that you are going to have to lean in for support during this time. And if you've never experienced that, I'm going to show you today and have you shift your perspective today that you need to be healed fully and completely before you can help guide other people. Because I had a $54,000 launch during another phase of healing. And let me tell you that this phase of healing was sort of planned. So I can give you a little bit of background on my story. Hi, if you're new to my world, I'm Christina Gomes, and I am a transformational facilitator. I have a bunch of hats that I wear, and right now I am the business coach to soulpreneurs, people who are led by their soul and they want to make consistent revenue doing work that they love. And I teach you how to create a high value offer that you can deliver with ease, that you know that your audience really, really is going to benefit from, and that you know gets deep and long lasting results for your clients, so that you can feel confident, so that you can go out there and sell your offer without feeling pushy. So all of this I help my clients with in my 3-month group coaching program, the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. And this immersion, I just recently had a $54,000 launch from. Now, if you're not new to my world, you know that I'm not new to multiple 5-figure launches. So I'm going to also give you in this lesson some practical steps that you can launch your offer to high revenue numbers. But I want you to understand the importance of this lesson today is going to help you no matter what's happening in your life. So, years ago, when the pandemic hit, most people's businesses were crashing. Most people were panicking. Most people were wondering how to put themselves online. I wasn't panicking. I wasn't affected. I doubled down on my support. I doubled down on supporting myself, and my revenue doubled the first year of the pandemic. And this is how I want to teach you today that it is truly important that you learn how to have a business that can weather any storm, that can weather any storm. Because even if you want to take yourself on retreat, and that's what you do for healing, and that's what you do to reset, and that's what you do to nourish yourself, your business doesn't have to stop running. And in fact, your business can have a multiple 5-figure launch while you are on vacation. So, if you've been following my stories, if you've been following my content, these last few months, I have been met with some deep core wounds that I knew were going to come up because I actually just moved into this really beautiful, we're going to call it a palace, okay? If you watch my stories, you see where I live. I didn't always live in such a beautiful place. I didn't always have the space to face my past, to face the things that happened to me in childhood, and to really unravel and untangle from some of the deeper things that any human who is not adverse to the depth may actually find some comfort in looking at. So I was a psychotherapist. I'm no stranger to depth. I'm no stranger to shadows and shadow work. And yeah, since I was in high school, I've been studying psychology. So the depth of the human experience and human behavior and why people get stuck, why people choose their fears over thriving, why people repeat certain patterns. This has always been interesting to me because I had gone through some things growing up. And I grew up in a single mother household in a working class neighborhood, and we all grow up in a society that does not value our creative expression. So we have all been faced with the challenge of that, especially you as a soul led entrepreneur who has awakened in some capacity, who has awakened to this truth already that society and the way it runs is not cool. It's not cool. So many of you have left your jobs or are looking to leave your jobs because the way that society runs and the things that people are interested in the kind of matrixy live to work, work to pay your bills for what, we are taught to follow the rules. And so I help rebels. I help people who have already awakened to the truth that there are a different set of rules that you and I abide by. And whether they're the universal principles, universal laws, or some spiritual tools and practices and lineage that you follow, you have more than likely had an inkling that you are meant for more than this life. So you go ahead and you live it, right? So I actually went and got a master's degree in clinical psychology. I moved to Hawaii. I was a practicing psychotherapist in Hawaii, working with kids in foster care. And still, I would come to phases of depression and anxiety. Even though I had this glorious life, I would find myself feeling low, feeling disconnected. And that's when, even though I had awakened to certain things and left kind of my hometown, there were still some things back then, about 13 years ago, that I wanted to explore and discover about myself. And so I left my 9 to 5 as a psychotherapist and I started to study yoga. And I started to learn from indigenous people in the jungle and all over the world in different parts of the country. And I started traveling. And I didn't travel with a lot of money, but the resource that I had was my voice. So I would sing for coins and a hat and I would sing for money, but I also knew how to sell myself. So whether I wanted to volunteer in ashram, or I wanted to get a job in Morocco. I worked in Morocco as a yoga teacher at a surf camp for 6 months, stacked some cash, took that, blew it all in Norway because who's ever been to Norway? It's not so cheap. But what I'm trying to get out here is that throughout my journey, there were phases of healing, but I always had the gift of being able to express the values that I held and what I could do for someone else's company, how I could be of service, how I could help. And that, my friends, is selling. So, how I had a $54,000 launch is the same way that I was able to always get whatever job I wanted, no matter what country I was in, no matter what it was in my bank account. It didn't matter because I knew how to express my skills to people that needed my skills. Okay. So, this is truly an important topic today. And I'm going to dive into the skills of selling today, which it's pretty mind blowing because I normally teach this only to my private clients and the clients that I have in the conscious creative business immersion. But I want to really give you a behind the scenes look at what it takes to have a multiple 5-figure launch, no matter what is going on in your outside world. So it wouldn't matter what the bank account said. I was grounded in the knowing that I had skills to help people, that I was certified in yoga, that I was personable, that I could speak to people, that I understood people. So whatever your skills are, if you can actually express the value of those skills in a way that has high paying clients, dream clients going, oh yeah, I get it. I get what this human does. I want to work with this human. I want to co-create with this person in particular. When you can adjust your skills of selling in that way, then you will be able to create consistent revenue forever. So, as I was saying, I'm not new to a multiple 5-figure launch. I'm not new to uh, continuing to show up even when the odds are stacked against me, right? So I planned to be in this beautiful house, to be able to hire a therapist, to be able to get more support. And I knew I knew that I was finally going to have that cushion of security and support to go deeper than I ever had before and not let it affect my business. So I'm one of those cuckoo birds that sets herself up for deeper healing because I'm here for a rich and fulfilling and meaningful life. And we thrive as much as we're able to go deep. So we elevate as much as we're able to go deep. So shadow work is really beautiful and it is a natural part of the coaching that I give. And sometimes it can be a little bit like, ooh, but I want your permission here today. Do I have your permission to offer you reflections that are going to help you get to where you want faster and with some more ease, without having to blow up your business, without having to pause your business, without having your revenue go down. Because when you can face shadows consciously, when you can face the things that have been holding you back consciously, and you receive support around that consciously, then you're not like waiting, like head above water, like, oh, how am I going to do this? You know, you've set yourself up to thrive. So, as a healer, yourself, a guide or a transformational facilitator, a mentor or a coach, you are deep. You're already deep. We already know that. And we already know that you can't put your whole life on pause when something comes up. And so it's best, rather, to get yourself supported by a business coach that also understands this. Because in my world, I give strategy. I give soul aligned strategy. In my conscious creative business immersion, you get my entire methodology to go from multiple ideas to having multiple 5-figure launches. And that's the simplest way I can put it. What we do is so much deeper than watching videos in a portal somewhere. I am there with you to guide you, to hold you through what you might not be able to see yet. And when you're able to work through that, you're able to come out the other side of any healing phase, of any pause, of any rest, of any, oh, okay, I'm seeing something in myself that gets to be changed. And instead of shaming ourselves around that, we simply have a North Star of where we want to go and understand that as we walk towards that North Star, as we rocket ship towards that North Star, that we're going to see certain asteroids, certain things, certain obstacles that we actually have more control over than we've given ourselves credit. So I used to say, when I was way more like up in the clouds with my message, that we create our own reality. But I really want to break that down for you because it's true. What I know is that our thoughts create our results, because our thoughts will infuse in our auric field, in our energy. And so if we don't clean up our mindset regularly, if we're just trying to move through a strategy without addressing what's really holding us back, the patterns that we walk, the ways of society that are still programmed within us, and we try to just do a strategy because we read about it in a freebie or heard about it in a podcast, then that strategy just might not work. Or we go for the strategy and we go around and around and around, and we're like, why is this working for this person, but it's not working for me? And most likely that person, all those people that you see with wild amount of business success or money success or success in any development, they did not do this alone. They did not do this alone, especially if it was so-called fast success. So I've had certain successes all my life. Like I said, I would be able to go travel, be in Turkey, my bank account be dwindling, and then decide, wait, I'm not going to hustle. I'm not going to sing for coins in the hat. I'm going to take my last of my money and I'm going to buy this croissant. I told this story in my mastermind the other day in my business immersion. And yeah, I was like, I'm not going to sing the same song over and over and over, because that's what we were doing. I was like busking with these wild musicians in Turkey, and we were all, deemed hippies. Like, we were dumpster diving, we were living an alternative lifestyle, and at that moment I was living it as a choice because I wanted to try it on, and I had to choose abundance soon after, because it just was hard on my system to trade. Like, okay, I've left this job that I'm getting paycheck to paycheck, but the energy is still there. the energy of that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle is still there, because we would go to these cafes and we would sing the same song over and over and over to get the coins in the hat to be able to sleep in the hostel that night. And it was like Groundhog Day, every day, the same thing. And it was like I was back in my 9 to 5, back being bossed around. But in this case, I was my boss. So I teach people how to be their own best boss, how to create their own hours, and how to do the work that is going to attract clients. Because when you have the clients, then you're living your purpose. Then you're living your soul's mission. Serving your clients is why you're here. Serving your clients at the highest level possible is why you are resonating with my message, resonating with this live video. Yes, it's beautiful to make $54,000, but the beautiful thing is I have a full group of soul-led entrepreneurs that I get to serve with my gifts. And that is what keeps me going. That is what keeps me going. And that is what heals me. So during this phase of healing, the most healing part of it was not the therapist. Yes, she's amazing. Yeah. Was not the energy coach and the business coach that I've been blessed with being able to afford now that I've figured out how to attract clients consistently, and really amazing clients consistently. All of that's lovely, but the most healing part of it is the dang self-respect of going, there's nothing in my outside circumstance, in my past, from my childhood, that is going to stop me from living this gift. So you have your gifts, you have your certifications, you have your tools. I'm here to help you to live them fully, to share them freely, but not for free. Okay? So I'm still talking about why this lesson is important today. I haven't not even started breaking down the nitty-gritty how-to. This is an important lesson today because we already know that you're not giving up. You are past the point of giving up, right? So when you're past the point of giving up, how many times have you heard online from online business coaches, you need to have consistency? So at this point, we already know that. So I'm not going to teach you something that you already know. Consistency is the only way. It's the only thing that works when selling online. So you're here also for the practicalities of having a successful launch, even if you're moving through big emotions or something has come up in your life. So I want to ask you, what are your business rituals? So beyond strategy, beyond a how-to, or beyond the time that you take to go through your freebies or listen to podcasts, what are your daily business rituals? And these can include your self-care practices. These can include your meditation practices. This can include your practices that you and tools that you teach others. But then what are the rituals that you activate directly related to attracting high-paying clients? So this is what I teach my clients: how to create daily habits, daily business rituals that they feel so great about, that get hardwired into their nervous system, that they would never stop this. So the healing for me was like, oh, okay, today I spent crying and I don't feel like writing my content. And you know what? I don't have to feel like it, because it's a ritual. It's my practice. It's the thing that I know is going to move the energy. So sometimes we get so attached to being somebody who's on a healing journey, and we forget that actually we are already whole, that we are healed, that there's a version of us that is healed. and maybe he's on their way to another layer of healing. I'm not going to stop you from healing some more if you want to. But what I want to get at is that you don't have to stop your business when it's your soul's mission. So I want to break this down in a really cool way for you. So, how I really would never stop my business practices. I would not cancel one of these live videos. I mean, of course, there's some that I've canceled, but at this point, I have so much content that I could repurpose something and offer it to my people and my audience. So you want to have built a body of work that when you are really like, it's not even like I don't feel like it, I can't today. Something has come up, or I don't usually get headaches, but I did have a migraine over the weekend. Luckily, I don't work on weekends, but if it happened on a Tuesday, yes, I might postpone this live video. But it is the live video. It is this live video that I know attracts my clients. It is my content written in the way that I teach you how to write content that attracts my next clients. And it is the attraction of the clients, and it is the working with the clients that runs this healing energy of un-F-withable, like un-F-withable. It doesn't matter what bonehead wants to say something to me that triggers me into feeling the depth of childhood pain. It's cool. That can happen. I can go feel that pain. I have practices to feel that pain. I'm not going to stop my business about it. No way. So this is how I really do it. Is what do you identify as? Do you identify as somebody that has stop-start energy? Because I've heard that from some of my newer clients. So I just have started and stopped, and they tell that story over and over and over. And I've done that as well. I was over here in this country and over there in this country. I'm a yoga teacher. Now I'm a sound healer. And it's like, once I found that through line of how I could combine all of what I'm here to do into one high value offer, that changed my life. And that's what I teach now. You don't have to say you are a psychotherapist. You don't have to say you're a yoga teacher. You don't have to say you're any one thing. If you are a soulpreneur, if you have somebody with gifts that wants to serve people, then all you get to do is create a high value offer that serves people in that way, that solves their problem or helps them get what they desire. But I first had to identify as a soulpreneur, as an entrepreneur. So the thing about the stop-start energy is I hadn't yet claimed that. I hadn't yet claimed that I am here for the long game, that I am here for this, that I am an entrepreneur, that I am somebody who creates wealth from my gifts and talents. When you do this, get this is really cool. Everything leads to high-paying clients. Everything. Your best nap, your deepest cry, your week-long vacation, and the clarity of your high-value offer, your beautiful content strategy that you love showing up, creating, a post that's risky to post, all of it. And you get jazzed up by it. And that you get jazzed up by the creative process of it all. And then that is healing. Creativity can heal you. You creating something from your pain, you creating something from your past, you creating something from your gifts. This is the most healing energy. You creating something, but then being able to deliver it consistently. This is that next level that I'm here to help you with. Okay? Because I know that you've created something from your pain, right? We're always creating something, whether we are conscious of it or not. So this is why I call my program the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, because I'm here to help you consciously create what you desire. Because if we are unconsciously moving in a pattern, or we identify with I'm not healed, or we identify with I'm not there yet, or we identify with I'm not ready, or we identify with being broke, or we identify with whatever story of our past, then there's not as much room to go, this is what I'm creating. This is the life that I'm committed to. This is who I desire to become. And when you commit to that, you also become an energetic match for helping people to become who they want to become, right? And that's how we hold the capacity of a high-paying client versus somebody who is looking for something cheap, right? So if you in the past have been someone who just wants a quick fix, or just wants to be healed already, or just is looking for something cheap, that's okay. You get to drop that to the earth, and you get to commit to your high value standards as of today. So give me a 4 in the comments if you're ready to commit to higher standards for your life, that you're not willing to go on the emotional roller coaster that is up and down revenue anymore. I committed to that so long ago. And this is why I had a $54,000 launch when I was crying a lot, mourning my childhood, right? That's deep stuff. And sure, I've done a little bit of work around that. But just because I was a psychotherapist doesn't mean that I always did that deep work for myself. And so that's something to consider for you, is like, just because you're a transformational facilitator, just because you have a certification in whatever you're certified in, really look and see, have you stopped your own flow of doing the work that you want to share with your people for yourself? So somebody needs to hear this now, but you must take yourself through your own program. So in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, I teach you how to create the program that you're going to deliver in such a way that you know it's going to get results for people. And oftentimes, if you're not actively already going through that program, then my clients have to take themselves through that program. And that's great. We are there to support one another. And in any self-development process, there's usually just a little bit of time before we break through. It's just like when we have a shift of perspective, even after this call, I invite you to kind of take notes and allow yourself to integrate what you've learned, because it's like a medicine journey. Being in my field, I've been told, is like a medicine journey, because it's not always easy. Who sat with a plant medicine that was not easy? People, we don't go to the jungle and sit with the grandmother because we're like, this is going to be fun. I mean, you might nibble on some mushrooms with that intention, but even with the mushrooms, it's like some things are coming up, right? You know, when we do yoga, when we practice yoga asana, and we put ourselves in these like all these binds, and we're sweating, and sometimes I'd be in a pose going like, wait, what a minute, what the fuck is this about? Why am I doing this? And you remember, oh, okay. Not everything in life is easy or comfortable, but when we allow ourselves to breathe and get support and feel the support of the earth beneath our feet, all while we're in this uncomfortable position, all while we're facing the depths of our healing, all while we're being a full spectrum human with a range of emotions, we have the support of Mother Earth. But what I want for you is that your business supports you. Hey there, visionary leader. If you're resonating with this message, I'd like to invite you into your next level life and business. Enrollment has begun for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. This is my signature group container to help you design an offer so delicious, so juicy, so based on your soul gifts that you are thrilled to invite your soulmate clients inside of it. I'm going to teach you how to promote this offer with a ton of heart and to sell out this offer with ease to meet your revenue goals. I would love to have you inside if you are a visionary leader who knows that they are great at what they do. You'd like to collapse the timeline on how long it takes to reach consistent income with an offer that you truly love. Go to the link in the show notes to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I will be sitting with your application individually, and I will send an email to let you know if you've been accepted in a few days after application. Thank you for trusting me with your vision, and I can't wait to see what we co-create. So why I had a $54,000 launch is because I planned for it. So let me break down now to the nitty gritty. So even if you're just starting out, that first 5-figure launch is life-changing money. It's life-changing money. Not only because of what you can do with that money, you can grow your business in a certain way. Maybe you want to hire a virtual assistant. Maybe you want to re-enroll with your coach. Whatever you want to do with that money is beautiful. But that first 5-figure launch gives you the confidence of knowing that you have a system that works for you. I mean, if you didn't just like wing the launch, wing your business, if you didn't just like guess, then you have a system. And now in my Conscious Creative Business Immersion, I give my clients my love to launch formula. This is my method for multiple 5-figure launches, even if you have a small audience. And this is a system that you can rinse and repeat for consistent revenue. So you have the confidence in yourself, in your skills to be able to express the value of your offer. You know what works because you've done it once before. And now you just get to do it again and again and again and again. And this is how your business supports you. This is how your business supports you. Now, the revenue that I create in my high value offer and delivering it consistently and helping my clients to get consistent results, that revenue goes to beautiful things that support me. And when I'm fully supported and nourished, I'm better for my clients. So your revenue and increasing it and allowing yourself to be in overflow and allowing yourself to plan for it allows you to be the best coach, guide, mentor, healer for your people, because you are coming from a place of, oh, I got me. I got my own back. So it's a no-brainer that I can have someone else's back. They feel that. When you self-abandon, when you don't, when you're not fully there for yourself, then that is felt. And you'll see that wobbliness happen in the life. And I saw it too in my personal life. It's like when I'm fully there for myself and have my own back, that's when people start to show up and also want to support me and have my own back, have my back with me. We get to go first. And in the past, I would look to be saved. I would look to these low cost courses to save my ass. Like, just help me make money. And it was like, nah, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. So I plan my launches. So I've always planned my launches, always plan my launches. So if you haven't been planning your launches, this is the problem. My first launch in 2018 was planned. Even though I didn't know what I was doing, I planned to do something. I made up my own plan. I made up my own plan. That's how I know I'm born for this. I made up my own plan. Now, I hear like I heard that planning your launches was the thing to do, so I planned it. I had an event online and I sold 9 seats from that event to my first ever high value offer. Now, high value back then is was subjective. like it was it added a lot of value to my client's life, but I undercharged. So I was still making mistakes, and I made all these mistakes first. I went first so that you don't have to. So I now teach my clients how to price their offers so that they can have multiple 5-figure launches without needing to cram their offer full of stuff to make it valuable. Mm-mm. I help them to plan their launches and have multiple 5-figure launches without having to convince anyone to buy. Mm-mm. No, we're not doing that around here. And I help them to have multiple 5-figure launches and really be prepared to continuously launch. I help them to plan for the long game in their business because I made all those mistakes. I made the mistakes. I made up my own plan and then I was like, that plan was cool. How can I make it better? I started judging around for the plan. Okay, cool. How can I make it better? And so, like, I just loved what I got to do. And I feel like that's where you are. You love talking to people, helping people, serving them, and you want to do more of that. And so I have a plan for you. I have a plan for you that you don't even have to worry your head about. If you want this plan handed to you, I invite you to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. If you want another healer in your corner, I'm your girl. Because those who have gone through the fire to heal themselves, we're natural born healers. So I know that you are, whether you call yourself a coach, a mentor, or a guide. I don't claim the title of healer on my Insta bio or anything like that, but it's healing to be all together in community and to be immersed in our businesses and to get all of the knowledge and wisdom, but also the step-by-step roadmap. This is all healing because we are no longer trying and flailing to do it on ourselves, and we're no longer identifying with the struggle. We are now identifying with the soul leadership of it all, the gifts. We're identifying with somebody who is gifted and who is now gaining the business skills to be able to share our gifts more freely. So another way that I had a $54,000 launch, even though I was healing, is I am crystal clear on the value of my offer and I articulate it well. I don't try to sell 1,000 things. I have one offer. And I'm clear on the value of that offer because that took time, presence, and work. And that's the skills that I teach my clients in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, is how to clearly express the value of the offer, not what they think the value of the offer is. So you might think that the value of your offer is in how long it is. Who's made that mistake? You might think that the value of your offer is in how many calls they get with you. I understand. I've been there. You might think that a worksheet adds value to your offer, but what adds value, what the value of your offer is about, is the transformation that your clients get to have by co-creating with you. So I help my clients get clear on what that transformation is and how to speak to the folks that desire that transformation already so that they don't have to feel like they're convincing people to buy. If you are trying to convince someone who doesn't care about their self-development, then that's the problem that we get to work on. If you are trying to convince somebody that your tools are the best tools, then that's what we get to work on, because none of that sells to high paying clients. So understanding how high paying clients think is going to help you to have a multiple 5-figure launch, even when you're going through something, even if you have something going on. It doesn't even have to be healing. Like, everything is healing. And we could heal in pleasure. Like, it feels so healing to me to go on a retreat in Peru. It feels so healing and pleasurable and in my fullest desire to go swimming in the lake. And so whatever is healing to you, it doesn't have to be therapy, and it doesn't have to be dark, and it doesn't have to be shadow work. But say you just got pregnant, it's like that's a healing process that you're going to want your business to continue to flourish through, right? So getting crystal clear on the value of your offer is going to help you to sell your offer for years to come. So I help my clients to create that one offer. So if you're not feeling connected to your offer, if you're feeling like the offer you have isn't working, well, let's talk, because I want to see what's really going on with you and your offer. And I'm going to be able to help you to articulate the value of your offer so that selling is fun. Selling is fun for me because I just know in my bones that my offer helps the people that I'm meant to serve. And that's why I have no problem. Like, there was a few people again that were like, hey, can you stop tagging me in the everyone tag? And I said, here's how you remove yourself from this group. Because I have no problem knowing that the people that I want to work with me back. It's like when we're going in the dating pool and you meet somebody who doesn't share your values and or criticizes you. I mean, if someone's criticizing you, they're not your mate. They're not your best mate. They're not your soulmate. So if your potential client is not aligned with your values, is not aligned with your tools already, is not aligned with your expression, that's okay. They're meant for someone else. We don't have to be frustrated about that. We don't have to change that. We just get to continue to deepen in the knowing of the true value of our offer. So if you want to try it on your own, try it on your own. Try to express the value of your offer. You know, like, I know that I work with people who don't need me to give them the words. People work with me when they want to be fully supported with the whole of it, where they want to get the help to articulate the value of their offer, really. And they want to be deeply supported through that process, because that is the holistic approach that collapses the timeline of how long it takes. Your success, I know, is inevitable. If you're in this group, if you're led by your soul, if you have a mission, your success is inevitable. Now, I have a question for you. Do you want it to take 1 year, or do you want it to take 3? Do you want it to take 3 months, or do you want it to take 1? I'm available for fast results for you, but there's a certain process that we go through that helps us to get results faster and without all of that hustle and all of the mistakes and all of the circling through. Like, we heal in layers. Our business grows in a spiral. You may come back to certain things. And when you have somebody who's in your corner for long term, then I'm going to get to know you, get to see what it is in particular for you that's best going to serve you, because I know you. I can see what's up for you. I can hear your blocks in the way that you speak and in the way that you move. I can see what's happening. And so if you're available to be coached by me, and so that joining my program is the consent of like, all right, I'm actually here. That's what it takes for me to really be able to give you the lowdown on how it all works, and really give you my eyes, ears, arms, heart into helping you, because I know how important it is for you, because it was so important for me. It's what allows me to thrive, is knowing that I've set my business up to support me, to have multiple 5-figure launches no matter what. Okay. So then the third thing that you can apply to your business right from this call is looking at your content. So I know that I'm going to have big revenue months because my content is designed for the know, love, and trust factor. My content is intentionally designed for the know, love, trust factor. So people buy, and high paying clients buy from this factor. When you have, so imagine a triangle, know is here, love is here, and trust is here. If people know who you are, but they don't love you, they're not gonna buy. And that's fine. Not everyone's gonna love us. This isn't about getting everyone to love us. That's not what it's about. But your dream clients will love you if you love you. But if you show up as your natural self and you give them the opportunity to get to know you and show your personality and create content that infuses you in it, that's how they love you. And not all my clients love what I say, but they like being coached. They like being coached by somebody who says the truth. So they might not love everything I say, and they love getting results. So they hear me, right? And trust. So that's what that is. It's like they might not love everything I say, but they trust the process. They trust the process because I trust the process, because I've taught them how to trust the process, because I've given them a process that they can put their trust in. So know, love, and trust. Now, you may be working on one of those and you just get to self-reflect and go, where am I kind of like here when I want to be here? So my role, if you want support around that, is to help to close that gap, because I'm going to be able to see, because I literally review your content in my programs if you want that, and I'm going to be able to see where that gap is. I'm going to be able to see and offer you that suggestion, offer you that just that tiniest of upgrade, that small level shift that takes you from that income plateau at 2K to consistent 5-figure launches, consistent 5-figure months. So multiple 5-figure launches can be broken down into 5-figure months. If you have a group program, if you have a one-to-one program, that's fine as well. I help people who are one-to-one guides and coaches and mentors as well. You still have to, or get to rather, create an offer and offer it in ways that land with people. So is your content designed and out there with this concept in mind? Or are you creating content based on what you saw works for someone else, or based on what worked for your mentors, or what your mentors like? Some programs, I can't believe that, or some coaches even have other people write their content. I can't believe that, because I couldn't imagine working with someone who oh, there's a child here. Hola. There's a princess at my doorstep. She's literally dressed like a belle. Hi. All right, I'm going to take care of this, see what this child needs. And see you guys next time. Thank you so much for being here.